love Christmas. I have so many favorite things. What are your guys' favorite things? Destiny? You like to read stories? I love reading stories too. What about you? Your family? Oh my gosh, family is so important. And what about you, Aria? You like to have your Bible? Man, the Bible's so important, especially during Christmas. And Sissy? Celebrating Jesus' birthday. Come on, I think all of us can be so excited about that. Man, so I was thinking, since it's almost Christmas, it's only right if, we read a story. Do you guys want to read a story? Okay. I'm going to throw out some ideas and tell me if you guys want to read that, okay? So what about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? What? I love Rudolph. He has a red nose. Okay. What about Frosty the Snowman? Really? I mean, he's a snowman that comes back to life. That's so exciting. Man, what about you guys? Do you guys have any ideas? Rudy? A TEC story? I don't think we have one of those, but let me think. You know what? I know what I can do. I have an idea. What about 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, TEC style? Okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and the world was out and about, while TEC saints filled up God's house. They gathered in hopes of his presence to bear, for soon his praises would be filling the air. The children were primed and their hearts hungry for peace, as visions of angels would leave them at ease. With mom in her best and dad wearing his praise, the Spirit of God began filling this place. When up from above came a powerful presence, the church roared in applause in awe of his essence. Risen out of their seats, they lifted their hands, shouting and singing as loud as they can. What they were feeling, they already knew. It was Jesus descending to make all things new. When looking around with their wondering eyes, attempting to understand what had come from the sky. No looking and no searching, no question what is near. The Spirit was expressing that Jesus was here. So victory, victory, all the saints cried, for the angels in heaven were right by his side. So Michael and Gabriel and Uriel too, with this much power, what could the enemy do? In moments of worship, all opposing must flee, for the temple has now been filled with all his glory. So depression and anxiety and sickness to the door, your place in our life is welcome no more. Angels and saints alike we proclaim that Jesus is alive and forever will reign. Come on, so gather your loved one, guys. So gather your loved ones and your hurt and the pain in your hearts. For tonight in his presence, a new life you'll start. The cymbal and the drums and the keyboards get louder. Come on, everyone, say this with me. So everyone, welcome to this Christmas encounter.
Christmas stopped being the happiest time of the year, while historically it has been a time of family and worship. It's taken quite a different form now. Nowadays, we hear more of this being a time of depression, anxiety, and sadness. To say we've strayed from the true meaning would be putting it mildly. Christmas, however, has always been about gifts, but not the ones we are known and accustomed to giving or receiving. As Jesus was introduced to the world, he was the ultimate gift, a gift of love, grace, mercy, truth, and hope. The ultimate power of the universe wrapped up in flesh. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and
It's
only
hard to
Son,
say when Christmas-
that whoever would believe in him would not perish, but have everlasting life. Jesus wrapped is the only gift that will always give. For he came to give life and life more abundantly. In his early days, he was as easy to see as he could be held, touched, and looked upon. But 2,000 years have turned many away, for they lack the true faith to see. With all that said, one thing is for certain: God still cares and intervenes in the lives of his children. It is easy to dismiss him in our everyday lives as we only see what is at work on a tangible level, what our eyes can see and our hands can touch and our ears can hear. However, he is always working. The
It's hard
question
to
is
say
not
when
whether or not
Christmas
God
stopped
still
being the
cares,
happiest time
or
of
even
the
if
year.
he's still there.
While historically it has been a time of family and worship, it has taken quite a different form now. Nowadays, we hear more of this being a time of depression, anxiety, and sadness. To say we've strayed away from the true meaning would be putting it mildly. Christmas, however, has always been about gifts, but not the ones we've been accustomed to giving or receiving. As Jesus was introduced to the world, he was the ultimate gift, a gift of love, grace, mercy, truth, and hope. The ultimate power of the universe wrapped up in flesh. For God so loved the world that he gave up his one and only Son. Whoever would believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Jesus unwrapped is the only gift that will always give, for he came to give life and life more abundantly. In his early days,
Why
it was
so
easy to see
perplexed?
as he could be.
Are you not about your father's business? Rise now and listen. Why so much turmoil over my children? They are in the world, therefore they will have challenges from the world, but they still have hope and eyes to see. So I believe in them, as I believe in all I create. I will be with them till the end. I understand you've lost some confidence in them, but rather than accuse them, help them to see, to fight, and to receive. I am always in their situations, even when they don't see it. I'm working. I'll leave that to you. You have figured it out before. Do my will, and you will see. Perhaps it isn't the humans that need to have faith. Maybe it's you.
All creation groans, holy, you are lifted high. Holy,
Tough times can happen to us all. The Bible tells us that man born of woman is full of woe and sorrow. It also tells us that many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers us out of them all. Pain is a given, and so is trial. However, what can purify and strengthen some can cast others to the ground, stripping them of their joy and peace and sense of identity for the rest of their life. Pain is part of the process, but should never be an identity that we permanently embrace. In this particular story, we have someone who has dealt with the unbearable loss of a young son. So devastating, in fact, that he no longer found purpose in life, God, or in people. He took no pleasure in company, and while he had a name given to him from birth, he was simply known now as Joe. He was angry most of the time, hungry even more so, but above all, he was very sad. Joe is about to have an encounter with his maker, one he was not initially willing to embrace or welcome, but it may not be his turn, but it will be his time tonight. He will finally see and experience the joy that only God can give him and realize that his times are truly in God's hands. He has long wanted to heal from the hurt, and anger would overcome that willingness every single time. He no longer believes he has anything to contribute to people, but that is all about to change.
light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. I don't know, sir. I was walking and I heard singing, so I wanted to look, and then I lost my mother.
You're not in a good place. I know that it's cold, it's freezing. I found this, but here, take it. You need it more than I do.
Thank you, mister.
What's your name?
My name's James Cody, but people call me.
Wait. People call you JC?
About you. Who is this man you're with?
I'm okay, Mom, and he's a nice man.
Thank you for helping him, sir. I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for you, he would have really been lost. Hold on, sir. We're not done here. Has anyone ever prayed for you before? He's listening today. May I read you something? He will place the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, "My father has blessed you. Come and receive the kingdom that was prepared for you before the world was created. When I was hungry, you gave me something to eat, and when I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me, and when I was naked, you gave me clothes to wear. When I was sick, you took care of me, and when I was in jail, you visited me." Then the ones who please the Lord will ask, "When did we give you something to eat or drink? When did we welcome you as a stranger, or give you clothes to wear, or visit you when you were sick or in jail?" The king will answer, "Whenever you did it for any of my people, no matter how unimportant they seem, you did it for me. Can you help my son read the one you did it for him, sir? He's always with you. Just trust in him. He will provide for you."
You unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone. And I'm no longer a slave to fear, for I am a child of God. And I'm no longer a slave to fear, for I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Love has called my name, and I've been born again into your family. Your blood runs through my veins. I'm no longer a slave
do to satisfy the needs of our children, whatever it might be. As easy as it is to say that our There is likely no group in our modern times under more attack than that of the family. A broken home will suffer in ways that will have long-lasting effects on all members, as social, financial, and peer pressure increase in our children, as well as our adult parents misplacing the value of family, and it becomes easier with each passing day. The Bible tells us that He places the lonely in families and that a house divided will not stand. While blood and genetics can bind us together by identity, it is the thread of love for one another that not only withstands the tests of time, but also keeps the enemy at bay. We must be careful not to equate success by what we have in our possession, as those things are temporal, but rather focus on the things that are eternal. Our family in this scene has fallen on hard times. Money is tight, and making ends meet has become increasingly difficult. One of the children has severe anxiety and depression, and it's also crept up into the home. They are a family of faith, but it's being stretched now more than ever. It is, however, through their pain that they will find what truly has made them rich, and that the greatest gift they would ever need was always there. For love never fails. There will always be faith, hope, and love, but the greatest is love. In the end, it is not what attacks us, but how we respond to those attacks, and there is no force more powerful than a family that prays. better representation in all God's kingdom than the voice of a small child. Is there anything that we would not do to satisfy the needs of our children, whatever it might be? As easy as it is to say that our generation is distracted and careless about what really matters in the world, the burden to teach still falls on those that raise and guide them. The Bible is clear on this, as it tells us to train up a child in the way they should go, and when they grow old, they will not depart from it. Truth is that they are always watching you. Children will not learn for what they never had, nor will they miss what was never introduced into their life. As they grow, they yearn for attention and seek validation. They deal with pressures of life, and they want what everyone else has, but they, as all, learn quickly that the material things of life won't satisfy. Our young girl in this story is in a privileged scenario in many ways. She lives with her mother, who is quite successful, but very busy. She loves her for sure, but they lack nothing materially. As the holidays approach, she is invited to church, something that she has not done in her life. She didn't know what would happen would change her life forever, as the father of the fatherless would introduce himself to her in a very special way. It is important for us to recognize that the hunger for spiritual presence is real, even in the tiniest of hearts.
It was really cool, Mom. You know how service today, the preacher talked about how God can save and heal. Let the little children come to me. Don't stop them, because the kingdom of heaven belongs to people who are like these little children. He also said those who want to do right more than anything, those who want to do right more than anything else are happy. God will fully satisfy them. So Mama, you see, you made the wrong food for me.
I love you so much, and I'm missing out. I want my food to be safe too. But how do I feel the presence of God?
Pull me close, take me a little deeper.
'Cause your love is so much sweeter than anything I've tasted. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. So pull me a little closer, take me a little deeper. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. For your love is so much sweeter than anything I've tasted. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your
I'm thankful for my mom coming with me to church to see God. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for bringing me to church.
I'm thankful for my parents that bring me to God.
I'm so happy that I met Jesus because it's my mom and dad.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for bringing me to church.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for showing me who Jesus is. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for showing me who Jesus is. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for bringing me to church. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for bringing me to church and showing me God. Thank you, Mom and Dad, to bring me to church.
Sharing this experience. They all did a great job, didn't they? Yeah. You know, a couple of weeks back, my wife says, I think you should write a play. And I thought, because I've done them in the past, I know the work that goes into them. And I thought, okay, but I know what we're getting into. Because it is a lot of work. You know, but night after night, we had young kids participating. We had parents here staying late, a lot of toil, a lot of work, a lot of effort. But they did it all for the glory of God. And they did it all because they love the Lord and they love this church and they have a burden for people. And they wanted to give their best to you tonight. And we're just grateful that you did share in this experience. They all put just a lot of effort into it. Some of our young kids, they'll shock you, you know, the enthusiasm they have. You know, we had a scene we're practicing and one of our little ones was reminding the other one of what his lines were. You know, and he knew them. He knew the whole script. He knew his lines and the other person's lines. You know, so it was exciting to see. It was exciting to see that and just to be a part of this experience and the story we were trying to portray, you know, because you can do timepieces where you take stories out of the Bible, and that is great, and we've done that before, and we'll likely do it again someday. But we wanted to really take real life situations that we experience on a daily. You know, who doesn't struggle with the rising costs, and who doesn't struggle with inflation and making ends meet, and who hasn't experienced the hurt in their life at some point that has made them maybe turn a little away from the Lord or weaken their passion for the Lord. And of course, who can forget our little children? And you know, you see them up here and they'll steal every scene. Anytime you have children, they're going to steal every scene. You know, they're just gonna do it. You know, they're cute and they sound funny and all that good stuff. So they're always gonna steal a scene, and we knew that was gonna happen. So we thought, what better way than because now I think a lot of times what I haven't seen in my years when I was growing up in the Lord is that our young children really have a hunger for the Lord as well, and it doesn't matter how small they are. It doesn't. And they have passion for God as well. And so we thought we'd have a scene, you know, where it was really the child that was the pusher in the situation and showing her mother how to worship. And because that's just the times that we're living in. And but again, the thought was, you know, to do a play, a short play, encounter style, you know, TEC style. And you know, the thought around it was that God is still in every bit of our lives. Even though we don't really see him, even though we don't feel him, he's always working. And so we thought, well, we have a little bit of a scene where the angels are contesting God about his care for humanity. You know, and God is telling them, you know what, maybe you need to do what you're supposed to do and be messengers for me. You know, so that's kind of where we got the premise of all the, you know, little things you see throughout is just stuff that I see throughout the days and throughout my life and things that I've experienced. So again, we're just thankful for you to be here. And we don't want to let the moment pass without offering you, inviting you to come join us at this altar. Grab your child if you have your child here. Pray with them. Let's just say a prayer of health. So you can come. Just stand to your feet.